Good morning, guys. Let's do a quick rundown of the Division 4 Region 15 current playoff, implications. Kind of the way things look now. We're 5 weeks through the high school football season here in Ohio. Um, We'll go based on their current average points, but also I'll go over um, what their projected points are, and then actually I think I'm going to do it that way. I changed my mind. Um, let's go with projected points first, because really what place they're in right now is minimally important. It's more important where everybody thinks the full season's going to shake out. So, all right, with that in mind, so St. Clairsville, we're projecting as the #1 seed at the end of the season with 25.5 points. Right now they're in a position, so if they win out, the worst they could do is 22nd place. Everywhere else, they're really not starting to lock down positions. We'll start to see that more at the end of this week. 6 weeks in, you'll start to see where, so like St. Clairsville, the worst they could do is 22nd place if they win out. They could finish first. They could finish last if they lose out. So, it's still up in the air other than that one section where the worst they could do if they went out is about the only one that's moved, that has any kind of flexibility right now. So, like I said, St. Clairsville, we're projecting them to end up #1 in the region. #2 in the region, we're projecting Indian Valley with 22.95 points. Pretty much the same scenario, actually the exact same scenario as we had for St. Clairsville. Projecting 3rd is Licking Valley with 22.6 points, and they are the only team that currently controls their own destiny. So they've won 5 games. If they win out, they will guarantee themselves a spot in the top 8 in the region. That is where they're at, is 8th place would be their best to guarantee a spot, or their best guaranteed spot. We're projecting Bloom Carroll 4th with 21 Harbin points. Again, here they could finish, the worst they're going to finish is 20th by winning out. Projecting Gallia Academy 5th with 18.6 points. And they would be 22nd, the worst they could do if they went out. Philo, we're projecting 6th. We are projecting them with 18.2 points. They could finish as low as 25th, winning out. John Glenn, we're projecting them 7th with 17.2 Harbin points. They would finish at worst 21st if they went out. Some of these other ones we did, I guess I did miss that Philo, the best they could do if they lose out is 2nd. So some of that will start to come in as we get further down into the points here. Projecting 8th is Chillicothe Unioto with 17 Harbin points. Again, they could finish anywhere from 1st to 23rd if they went out. They would be 1st to 27th if they lose out. That's probably the best way to mention each team. Megs, we're projecting 9th with 16.45 points, and they could go 1st to 21st or 2nd to 27th. The 1st to 21st if they win out, 2nd to 27 if they lose. Projecting Claymont, Yorksville Claymont 10th with 14.9 Harbin points. They could finish anywhere from 1st to 25th or 1st to 27th. Chillicothe Zane Trace, we're projecting them with 13.4 Harbin points. They would be 1st to 27th if they win out, 2nd to 27th if they lose. Byesville Meadowbrook, we're projecting them 12th with 9.6 Harbin points. Again, 1st to 27th or 2nd to 27th if they lose out. Fairfield Union, projecting them 13th with 7.2 Harbin points. And now we're getting down here. We'll skip over the best and worst. Again, you're going to see mostly. Well, let's go back up and look at Fairfield Union. 1st to 25th or 1st to 27th. The next we would have Amanda Clear Creek, and that would be 14th. We're projecting them 14th with 6.6 points. That would put them 1st to 20th if they win out, and 1st to 27th if they lose out. Cambridge is projected 15th with 5.49 points, and that's again 1st to 25th if they win out, and 4th to 27th if they lose out. We'll go ahead and just go through all of them since we're getting fairly close to the end. So Vinton County, we're projecting them 16th with 5.15 points. They are one of the teams that is in a must-win situation for playoffs. Not that they must win this week, but they still have to win at least one more game to make the playoffs, because the best they can finish by losing out would be 14th. They're not going to get enough computer points from the games they've already won, so they must win at least another game. But again, they're 1st to 27th if they win out, and 14th to 27th if they lose out. Westfall, we're projecting them with 4.8 points in 17th place. Again, 1st to 27th, and we have them 4th to 27th if they lose out. Circleville, we're projecting them with 4.25 points in 18th place, which puts them 1st to 26th if they lose out, or if they win out, I'm sorry, and 4th to 27th if they lose out. Lyndon McKinley, we're projecting them with 4.19 points in 19th place, and they are in a must-win situation as well. New Lex, we're projecting them with 3.65 points. They could finish 1st to 25th or 5th to 27th if they lose out. The remainder of the teams are all in must-win situations. Again, they have to win at least one game. We're not going to go through their projections just because obviously they're all in must-win positions. So what we'll go through is just their point projections and not the place projection thing. We're projecting Logan Elmo 21st with 1.05 points, Lakewood 22nd with 0.5 points, and McConnellsville Morgan in 23rd with 0.45 points. And then we have Bexley, Columbus East, Utica, and Riverview all projecting as tied for 24th. And not winning a game this season. So again, the last 7 that we ran through are all in must-win situations. So that's kind of it. We'll keep it short. If people have specific, questions about it, feel free to let me know. What I will say is, so after week 4, I'm highlighting, or I'm keeping track of all the projections that we had at the end of each week, so that way we can go back and take a look to see, how accurate it was, at least on not necessarily the specific place, but the teams, and it may be like the home teams for the playoffs. So after week 4, we had Licking Valley as the 1 seed, Indian Valley 2, Bloom Carroll 3, St. Clairsville 4, Gallia Academy 5, Philo 6, John Glenn 7, and Zane Trace 8. Only one team dropped out. That was Zane Trace. That was placed by Chillicothe Unioto, who beat Zane Trace. And then all 4 of the home teams stayed the same, other than St. Clairsville moved from 4th to 1st. And then 5, 6, and 7 all stayed the same. So St. Clairsville went from 4 to 1. Licking Valley dropped from 1 to 3. Indian Valley stayed the same, and Bloom Carroll dropped from 3 to 4. So keep a running tab at the bottom of the spreadsheet, and I will put a link to the spreadsheet in the show notes for this. So that is it, guys. My goal, I'm going to continue to keep Region 15 updated for the rest of the year, and we'll do these at least once a week for Region 15. And hopefully I can get Region 19. Let's see where it's at right now. It's still got a lot of work that needs done to it, but I would like to be able to get Region 19 done before the end of the season. Unfortunately, it's currently at less than 50% complete, so it's going to be tough to get that caught up before the season ends, but we're going to try. So, alright guys, take care, and we will see you next week.